everyone else for joining me. And I hope you have had an amazing time. So, it's time for another imagination ASMR video. These are the tips I got for today. It's pretty cool. So a few nights ago, I had this dream where I accidentally went shopping and shoplifted. So like I shoplift by accident. And things did not go really well, obviously. And so, in this video, I will make you imagine yourself in your point of view. My dream, my exact dream that I had, where you go shopping and accidentally stole something. So, without further ado, let's begin. So, you are now going to dream, and your dream starts now. So, it's an amazing sunny day, and you find yourself deep in the city, casually walking around downtown in your favorite city. For example, my city is somewhere in Montreal, Canada. That's the city that I am in. And this city is very vibrant. There's many people walking around the city, right? And things are going pretty smoothly. You don't know why you end up here. You don't know what activities you have done in that city, in your city that you are in. And you don't even know how you get there and what you have eaten or something. So let's say you had an amazing trip to downtown and everything is going well except for one thing. Your phone is about to die. Your phone has around, let's say, give or take 5% of battery remaining. And you really have to get home when the sun goes down, okay? So, you decide to go into the mall, in a random mall, before you head home. So the mall that you're going to is a big mall and is connected to a subway. So before you get into the mall, you have to first enter the subway from another station. So you know where the mall is, but you don't know. But you know that you have to go to this station first and go use the subway to another station. In this place, it's called the Metro. I have a very, very itchy nose, and that's not pretty good because there's pollen outside and it's not really helping. It is not really helping. So, you go to this station and you take the subway. But the thing is that the buses are a bit different. The subway tracks, the buses I mean, once you go in, all you see is benches, and as the bus goes, you go to the next station, the floor disappears and all you have are the benches, and you have to just, your feet end up dangling, and you really have to hold on to yourself along with the other travelers. And so we go deep into the subway, and you make your way to the next station. It's actually the station that you want to go, and you arrive there. It's another station. You don't know what station it looks because that's not the most important part. That's not the most important part of the video. That part will come later, okay? So you arrived at the station, which is directly connected to the mall. As you exit the station, the entrance to the mall is really connected. It's really linked to the metro. So you've got this metro station, and the exit is literally the entrance to the mall. One of them at least. Like, you can assume the other one goes outside, but this one goes into the mall that you want to go. So you go into the mall and you see a lot of shops. You've seen a lot of shops. Some have been closed down. Some are really operational. Another one is just like a cafe. And another one is another clothing store that you don't really care about. So you decide to go to this one store at a corner. You see, it's like an electronics store. And you go into that electronics store and you decide to casually shop. You take a peek, at least, in one of the few items. You see headphones, you see phone cases, you see chargers, and you see some sort of other gadgets such as USB drives, but that's not the one you're going to take. So you decide to take an item. You decide to take an item. And after taking the item, you decide to casually shop more and walk around to take a peek at the place. And you forget everything about it, and you continue to shop as usual. Whoops. Getting another item here. So, and then you decide to exit. And so here is where things get rough here. You make your way to the exit, and as you move out the door, you feel like you have exit to shop and you wanted to go home because you're tired. But then something isn't right. You go to the shop, and then you realize behind you, you hear alarm bells. You hear beeps, at least. You hear those beeps. Beeps, beep, 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 beep. And then you hear someone said, hey, come back, or something. It was like a security guard, I assume. You turn your head, and then the reality strikes. You didn't pay for the item. And you go back and you try to tell him, oh, sir, I didn't pay. I forgot to pay. I did not mean to do it. I'm sorry. And then the security guard says, well, you walked away with that item in your hand. And the item was a small item, and you just happened to forget it. You then say something along the lines of, well, I was going to pay. I was going to take the item and pay at the self-checkouts or something. Yeah, pay this because there are self-checkouts there, and you were going to pay. But your mind somehow forgets, and you happen to forget to pay. Subconsciously, you tend up to shoplift. And then he holds your hand, and he basically says you're in trouble. And after hearing that, you tend to react that, oh, please, please, I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to get arrested. And he said, well, that's your problem. And then after excusing that, you forget and you wanted to go home. After many tries, he then says, well, you're lucky, and please take the item and pay for it. This is your only chance. And then after that, your heart feels relieved. You feel relieved that the security guard lets you go. So, after that, after you pay for the item, you decide to casually walk back home, or at least make your way back home. And so after that, you go back to the metro, and looking down at the item that you just bought was a silly item. It was just a phone charger to charge your phone. Because originally you wanted to go shopping to get a charger to charge your phone, which is basically about to die. And after that, everything seems to get blurry, and you happen to forget the rest. Everything else that happened after that. Realizing that you had this incident where you almost tripped and getting arrested. You almost got arrested. And so basically this is where your dream ends. And you wake up later. So that is basically the end of this imagination experience. I hope you have enjoyed all of this tingles that you have experienced. And I hope you enjoyed the imagination experience, of course, of my exact dream that I had, where I have shoplifted by accident and stealing by accident and forgetting to pay for the phone charger. And so this is it for this video. If you get your tingles, please drop a like in this video. It'll be greatly appreciated. And if you're new to this channel, I make ASMR formatted videos for your tingles, from dream imagination videos to fact telling, all the way to gaming and maybe even coding videos where I make typing noises. And so stay tuned